Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Unpopular Review Entertainment Black Lightning. Uh, I'm sorry, I was blown away because we have an intro. We didn't have that before, and that kind of was cool and it was nice, and we had the little rap. But anyway, I'm Bad Guy Jack, along with C the Superior. Oh, wait, I did that all wrong. C the Superior, there she is.
I love
Hello.
our intro.
Yeah, I know that's amazing, right? And then also we got. I mean, this guy goes by so many names, but apparently he is Mr. Freeland. What is going on, everybody? Are you guys excited?
Last night I saw a superhero. He was black. He said, "This is for the hood. Black Lightning's back."
Oh man, there you go.
Every episode.
Every episode. I know, right? I feel so unprepared. I feel like when we first started this little project, we were prepared. We had the little cosplay going on, and then here's Vic just showing us up, like, "Hey, look, I got Black Lightning merch."
You know what's crazy?
Legit merch.
You know what's crazy?
Legit.
I love it because I literally got this at discount at Hot Topic.
Oh yeah,
Hot Topic. That means it was what, only $100?
Nah, not even. It was like maybe $5.
I was gonna say, I didn't.
Well, you know how like Hot Topic has the you know how sometimes they got things in a box and then you gotta like look through them in the discount. Like it was in there because I was looking for a different shirt. So then me in there and I'm like, yeah, I got Black Lightning. So I took it.
There you go. There you go. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
so,
but I'm just hyped because we could use it for this show.
There you go. It's right there, prepared for the show.
There
you go.
Lord, please. Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Right?
All right, guys. Well, on this episode, we're going to be talking about the season finale and the episode just prior. I think episode 12. So we can give us like a little base about what's going on in the final episode because there's a lot going on in that episode.
Yes,
that's a ton of base.
I gotta say, and just before you start, I wanted to say because originally we were going to talk about the season finale, but it was a great idea that you mentioned to talk about this episode prior, which just before we were doing this, I just wanted to see because Black Lightning season 1 was a really dope season. So I said, well, let me just see this episode just so I could have some context. And as I'm watching it, you know, and we're going to dissect into it, it was like, oh wow, I forgot about this, I forgot about that. So carry on.
Yeah, and actually, this turns out to be like one of my favorite episodes of the season. So I'm glad we decided to go back and talk about it. Vic was the one who brought it up at first, and I was like, no, let's just do the last episode. You know, keep it short and cute. But yeah, it was a great idea. Thanks for that, Vic. So, so this opens up with the most gratuitous nude scene. Okay, we get Tobias in his shirtless glory.
Yeah.
Man boob and all in the camera.
Yes. boobs of the man.
I mean, yes. hey, man, hey. They're not easy to get rid of. You are not Tobias
this episode, okay? You are Mr. Freeland.
They're not easy to get rid of, okay?
Well, he was rocking them. He was representing for the man boob because he had them all out and in the mirror and in the camera, and pretty much he was.
And the gut.
Yeah, and the gut. And the gut. He said, "You gonna take me as I am."
He's representing the everyday man.
Yes.
Not everyone has 6 packs. Not everyone has 6 packs.
Right. Not everybody got 6 packs. Gut pride worldwide. You heard?
Listen, I've been lying to people for the longest time that I have washboard abs. So, like, he represented me. I'm sorry. I just wanted to throw it out there.
I would.
We would have never known.
You know what? I'm about to hit the gym because I really would like to know what it's like before I die.
Abs?
What?
I had abs for like 6 months out of my life, ever in life, and it's not all that great. I was like, food tastes so much better than abs look. So,
yes, I'm gonna tell that to my girl. Yes,
that's the truth.
Yes,
but so pretty much we find out that he has been revived pretty much by Proctor, who is the I guess higher up in like U.S. government kind of thing. So he's the one who revived him after the fight with Black Lightning, and pretty much
as well call him Trump. You might as well because he was just
his characteristics.
No, but wait, you didn't notice? Didn't you notice he was going hard with the MAGA?
Yeah, he did mention making America great again.
Great again. Like he was. I mean, I feel like they did that to hit a certain nerve because it's a black show, but still, like he was going in with the Make America Great Again and all of that.
Yes, I do, Chris. Yes, Chris.
No, I know what this is about. This is his trolling comment about a Die Hard. If you haven't seen Die Hard, check it out on YouTube. Great episode.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Oh, yes, it is a Christmas movie apparently to some, and we talked about it. But
Wait a minute. Hang on a second.
Oh,
When the movie
Uh-oh.
ends saying, well, the weather outside is frightful.
Oh,
Maybe it was giving us a heads up.
one Christmas song does not a Christmas movie make. I'm sorry, but
and mind you, and mind you, if it takes place on December 24th of all days,
It's not a listen.
Miss movie.
I'm gonna have to do flag on the field. It's not a Christmas movie if Mariah Carey ain't singing. I'm sorry, I just want to throw it out there.
Thank you.
Not a
And
Christmas-
I heard. Well, this
Hold
is
on.
random, but I heard you might
Wait.
be on our Jingle All the Way episode.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun episode. I can't wait to
Yes.
see you
All
guys.
right,
Some backup,
where's
'cause they
Mariah
hate-
Carey? Okay, where's Mariah Carey with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad? What you gonna tell me that Sinbad was her replacement?
Did
Come
you
on,
not
he
know
was.
that Sinbad and
He
Mariah
was.
Carey are first cousins? Did
They
you not
are.
know that?
You don't even know. Sinbad was Mariah. You don't know that.
Oh yeah, you know, tú
Facts.
sabes que that. Let me tell you something. You know what
The
that is?
same.
I'm gonna teach you a little Spanish right now. You know what
Bro.
that is?
What?
What you're saying? Tú eres una habladora.
My
you know
Spanish is rusty, but I know what you're talking
what?
about.
You know what I mean? Habladora. Eso es bulto.
Nope.
That's BS.
No, it's not.
Sinbad and Mariah Carey. Come on. Come
All right,
on
but-
now. I know that Mariah Carey got a little chocolate in her, but it's Sinbad. Y'all need, y'all need to
Anyway.
stop.
Speaking of a little chocolate, Tobias was brought back to life,
no.
like I said, or
Yeah.
brought back.
Because on the prior episode, apparently, and I mean, I was only going by the recap that they had, and they showed that they had a little encounter, him and Black Lightning, and Black Lightning crisped him up just enough.
Mhm.
But I think his sister, right? I forget because
Yeah.
I think it's his
Mhm.
sister that doesn't make it. But
Mhm.
carry on, Chrissy. You're doing a great
Yeah.
job.
So pretty much, Tobias speaks with Proctor, and Proctor pretty much reveals to him that Green Light was created, of course, by the U.S. government to make the inner city community docile, but it ended up giving them powers, kind of like backfired. But unfortunately, for all parties involved, apparently, everyone who received powers, they were unstable and they ended up dying.
Mhm.
All except Black Lightning, who's
Right.
stabilized his power. He's thriving. So that's when Proctor says that, look, we need you,
We need to get him.
Tobias, to take in or bring us in Black Lightning. So that's pretty much
Alive.
the reason they brought him back.
Alive, too.
Alive.
Alive. He made it clear. Bring him back alive because like as you say that, and obviously I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, but there's a bunch of other I say kids because they still look like kids in these chambers. But he's like, well, we need to learn how to stabilize this, so we need to bring in Black Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But wait,
Lightning
you,
of the
Black.
you just missed out one key point though.
What's that?
Proctor just gave him back Khalil. Like right before
Did he?
Once Black
Oh, yeah.
Lightning alive. He just gave him back Khalil because it looks like Proctor
Right,
who finished stitching up Khalil and finished
right.
whatever it was that he did to Khalil. Because like now that's one thing you can get lost in as the episodes continue because you kind of remember it as Tobias doing that to Khalil.
Mhm.
I mean, because I had completely forgotten about what Proctor did.
Mhm.
You know,
I forgot about Proctor. Actually, I mean to
Yeah.
interrupt you, Freeland, but yeah, I forgot all about Proctor. That's when I heard, and I'm not gonna lie, when I heard Proctor, and I was making a bunch of power references yesterday when I was doing the SmackDown review. That's when I heard Proctor. I said, "No
Facts,
way,
right?
no
I
way!"
just kept thinking
Then it was
about
another
yeah.
Proctor.
Yeah,
There's
you
another
just waiting
Proctor.
for Tommy to come out with the machine gun. Anyway,
Carry on, see.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Khalil is back in the picture, and
Six packs and all.
yes, with the dreads, everything. So
Yeah,
that
so
leads us to
He's
that got
T-Pain.
Jack's favorite scene in the whole episode.
Oh my God! So, oh man, let me take over here. Boom. So I'm watching this episode because I said, well, I just want to get some substance. So and I got a lot of substance apparently. So I'm watching the episode, and Lynn calls him like, some kind of emergency, and obviously Jefferson, he stumbles, he busts into the house, and he sits here and goes, "What's going on, Lynn?" He said, "Oh, nothing, baby. I just want to make sure, I just
In
want to say
her,
thank you for everything." Yeah, and a
Fenty
little
and
night.
Savage.
no, she didn't. She
lingerie.
said something about a spider, that there was a spider in the tub, and then that she killed it, and then she's sitting there with lingerie. And I'm just like, yo, why do girls got to do that? Like,
Because she wanted the D. She wanted the lightning D. She didn't know how to ask for it, so she's like,
Well, she wanted the
that's
lightning
your
D.
husband. How you don't know how to ask for it?
that's
Well,
her
ex-
estranged
ex-husband.
husband.
Like,
Yeah,
that's your
ex-husband.
husband. How you don't know how to ask for it? You got 2 kids with dude, and you're gonna sit there and beat around the bush. Come on.
She was trying to be coy. She was trying to,
She said,
keep a little
yeah, beat around the bush.
mystery.
She was beating around the bush,
Yo,
but he
first
went
of
through
all-
the bush.
First
He
of
went
all,
right through the bush.
how
Beating
you?
up the
First of
bush.
all, you can't.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
no,
sit
he
there and
looked
worry
The
about.
bush.
You can't sit there and worry about like, oh no, I don't want him to think that I'm a slut or anything like that. Yo, girl, you got 2 kids with the dude. Like,
First
come on
of all,
now. Your
Lynn
man
is a very classy lady. She ain't about to just
She
call
is.
up like Megan Thee Stallion, like, look, what's up with the D? She's a classy woman.
Listen,
I mean,
first
listen,
off,
man.
I wanna throw this
Megan
out
Thee
here.
Stallion?
Lynn does not have a Tinder account. We're not gonna do that to Lynn. She doesn't have a
Facts.
Tinder account.
What?
She sat here. She tried to coy her ex-husband in there, and it worked because obviously
All right,
Jefferson
you know what?
stumbled.
You know
Listen,
what? I get it.
Jefferson stumbled in like quick draw draw. He was like, hey, what's going on, Baba Louie? And he came in there, electrocuted. I don't know what kind of kinks Lynn is into, but when I was watching that, I sat here and said, wow. No, because she was into some, I don't know. I sat here and said, maybe she's into baby oil and leather. I don't know. I wanted to see the rest of the room, but they didn't do that because CW is selective on, and they're careful on what they do. But, yeah, he electrocuted a little bit. Now, look, my favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. I knew
Thank
if
you.
Pikachu.
Thank you.
If Pikachu,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I
Thank
know I'm
you.
going off topic, but Pikachu is my
Thank
favorite
you.
Pokemon. If Pikachu electrocuted me, I leave him in the forest because I was like,
Mhm.
no, you have betrayed me, and you're a dumb rat, and I don't like mice. Boom.
What if it was Pichu?
Nah, and Pichu's an idiot. I don't like Pichu.
What about Raichu? What if it was Raichu? Raichu.
Golly, y'all really bringing it back.
It's a rat. It's a rat. I'm sorry. I apologize.
How you figure Raichu is a rat? Raichu is
It's a rat. It's a literally a rat. But my point is,
what are you talking about? All right, you know what? We're gonna
save that. No, we're gonna talk about this after the show.
Pokemon episode in the Indigo era. All right.
Oh God.
We're gonna talk about Brock and Misty and Team Rocket.
Oh, and James and what's her name?
And now,
Jesse.
and you know what?
Jesse.
We'll get into
Jesse.
it. So now let's get.
no, we got. But my point is, if I got electrocuted, I would. No, can me think about to have a hell of a conversation. I can't wait for that, buddy. But my point is, if I got, yes, baby oil. Baby oil does a lot. Like, it doesn't work. Like, if you have a 6-pack and you rub it on you, it enhances your sexiness. That's what it does. I
The
know that
light
for a
just
fact.
reflects in all the right
Yeah,
places.
oh, absolutely. So my point is, if I got electrocuted, I wouldn't like that. But Lynn was getting electrocuted, and she said, "Oh yeah, I like it when you do that." And then they apparently have lightning sex in the bed. Because I think Lynn, I mean, you said she's classy. I believe that. I believe she's classy. I believe
Yes,
she
she
listens to
is.
classy music and all that stuff, and she knits and she make oatmeal cookies. But she a freak. I think that she does a lot of. Yeah, no, I think there's oatmeal cookie and leather involved in her life. That's what I believe.
I agree. This is a very spicy episode of
Wait,
Black
are we
Lightning.
reviewing? Wait, is this Black Lightning or 50 Shades of Grey? Like, what is
That's a
50
mix.
Shades, no, it's more 50 Shades of Lightning.
facts?
Shades
Like,
Lightning.
damn. What
So-
the hell?
Pretty much after their rekindling of their romance, they decided to keep it secret from the girls. Hi, Charmaine. Because they don't want nobody to know. It's a little sexy when it's secret, and they wanted to keep that mystique there.
Yeah.
So
That went out the window.
after we see Tobias, he kills the henchman. Even though the henchman saved his life, only because he didn't save his sister. And unlike with almost all of the other villains, I feel like this show is almost famous for killing off the villains a little too soon for me. I feel like the sister died at a good time. Like this was her time to go. I feel like it added to the plot. So I wasn't sad to see her. Like I was sad, like it was great writing that she died in this episode or in the previous episode.
Right. So you
Mhm.
feel like she reached where she needed to go as
She
far as
reached
a
where
character.
she needed to go. So they definitely used her storyline to where pretty much where it needed to be, and killed her off at the right time. Unlike
And this was his
lot of the
sister,
villains.
right? I'm sorry, just to refresh my memory. This was his sister that they killed off.
his
So
sister.
Okay, so pretty much they
But here's one thing that I don't understand, right?
What?
Has she been also taking the serum that Tobias was taking?
I don't think
so.
Well, they don't
I don't
say
think
because
so.
I didn't remember.
No,
seeing
you
her
know
with
why?
powers or
Because
anything.
the thing about it is that he is literally he's taking the fountain of youth.
Oh, you're right. She should be
He
really
is.
old.
Yeah, she should be old. She should be, unless she's doing it as well. You know what I mean? But like, you never see any of that.
Another
Right.
thing.
They're not the same.
They're not the same.
They you know, they come from the same animal, but they're not the same. One is evolved, one is not. That's
Popular review, Pokemon edition coming
anyway,
soon.
you know. I mean, listen. Charmander and Charizard are not the same. So you know, they just look
Yeah,
the same.
Charizard was kind of a dick, but carry on. I digress.
No, but that's you know that
But you're
was
right.
part
She
of it.
definitely hadn't been taking something along with him to be as young as she was. That's for sure. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they were
she
the
looked
same
real
age,
fresh.
right?
Yeah.
They look like
Okay.
around the same age. Like but then the other thing is just that like I don't know if Tobias got hit with any bullets at some point.
Mhm.
I just feel like even if that was part of the plot, or if they had made it that way, where she was also taking this stuff, where
Right.
like her death just came too easy. You know what I mean? Like I
Well,
feel just
I don't think, but you know what?
because if she was taking stuff and doing all of that, 'cause
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
and not to jump the gun into later seasons, but like Tobias goes through a lot.
He does. No,
He
you
goes
actually bring
through
up
a lot.
a valid point because you look at the stuff that Tobias went through, like all the things that he went through and all that stuff, and see all that he survived, and meanwhile she didn't survive. I don't know what killed her. Was it a bullet? Was she electrocuted? I forget. But my point is, she was easily taken out. Meanwhile, this man, you could drop a freaking anvil on this guy, and he's still gonna live. He's like that one little roach who just keeps going, like, yeah, I'm still here.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have to look.
But
keep
had
watching.
he have not been rescued by the henchman, he would have died too, which is why Proctor had to bring
True.
him back and like,
True,
fix
true.
him up.
Possibly.
True.
But pretty much this brings us to one of the pivotal scenes in this episode, which is where Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning, runs into a walking and talking Khalil.
Oh
on the
man.
And Khalil, as you all know, was in a wheelchair as far as Jefferson Pierce knows. But then he sees him, being Mr. Bad Boy now with his new dreads, walking down the street. And he's got
That
his
was a
attitude.
terrible wig, though. I'm not gonna lie, that was a horrible wig.
You know what? I feel like
He
it's
coulda
better than
had
those
a
Tyler
little-
Perry wigs. It's like
No,
it was
no,
bad,
no.
but something about it was a little sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I feel like those dreads were too thick. I feel like he could have looked better with some thinner dreads. But that wig that he had on,
You wanted him to have some sister locks?
I mean, no, not sister locks, but I don't know, man. It just because he had like one big one in front of his face, and then like but it just looked weird. I don't know.
You
I don't know,
just
it was
said
really
that
funny. It was
stood out to you. It stood out to you.
It certainly did. It certainly did. You could see that it was a wig. Like it didn't look like.
I think when I was watching it again, and I usually don't pay attention to detail like that, I just watch the show. But I was looking at it and said, oh, okay, I can see what everyone's talking about. And like how distracting it can be by looking at it. It can be really distracting because, like, that's not his real hair, but whatever. But you're still sitting there saying, like, is that Mekhi Phifer from 8 Miles? Where that
Mekhi
I
wig?
mean, like, no,
Not
but
doing
like, you
like
know what
that.
though? You know what? I'm a Kai Pfeiffer from 8 Mile. Word. That's
Do not do Khalil's dreads
you
like they
look
were
like.
not that bad.
What?
I didn't think it was that bad. I
Oh,
just wanted to
man.
say that out loud and whatnot. And I made pop
What?
I can't help it. And then this guy,
Fuck free world 313. Fuck free world 313. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Detroit just to say that.
there you go. So, but carry on, because like I did want to digest. You hear me? I did want to talk about this segment because like Khalil does come off like it's clear that he's made his transition from the good boy who wanted to be a track star, get out of Freeland and all that stuff, to now just pretty much being like, yo, you guys turned on me. Matter of fact, there's a spot, and I want you to finish, but there's a spot where he says he pretty much mocks what Jefferson says. He said, where's the future, Mr. Where's the future, Mr. Pierce? Right here. And like he said it in such an arrogant way. I know it's not like a big spot, but even still, I think it's a spot enough to acknowledge how he totally made the transition, that he's pretty much
that was in this scene where he was like, look, because Jefferson Pierce, he ended up asking him like, look, are you going to come back to Garfield, and do you know anything about the people who sponsored your surgery? because he said he mentioned that he was concerned that they might have, devious
Used him.
plans for him, right?
Yeah, used him. He made it clear. He was concerned.
And Khalil was like, he doesn't give a damn because he's walking again. He don't care what they want to do with him as long as he can walk. And that's when he pretty much said to Pierce, like, look, you really do live in your own world. And then he threw back his saying back at him, pretty much like, who does the future belong to? Or, the same, the Garfield saying.
Where's the future? Where's the future at, Mr. Pierce? Right here. Yeah.
So great scene. Khalil looked great. Jefferson Pierce looked great. They all look delicious in that scene. Not gonna lie, this must be. So anyway, next scene.
What is happening? This is an off the cuff episode, but carry on.
So okay, this is another important scene. So Lynn gets a sample of Jen's DNA, right? Because she mentions that they could possibly isolate the metahuman gene in her and like take it out, because Jen, as we've seen in the other episode, she doesn't want to have powers. She doesn't want to be a freak, quote unquote. So this isn't.
She don't want to be a meta.
Right. So Lynn mentions to her that, look, we can possibly isolate this gene so you can just be your usual self. And Jen is all for it. Like, she's ready to go. She's like, as soon as you can get it out, take it out. And also that's when shortly after, Black Lightning visits Khalil's mom and she discloses some things to him. We also get the kick-ass scene where Gambi visits Tommy, which is like the I want to see he's like the informant to Proctor, or he works with him in some way. And also after that scene, we get the scene where Black Lightning tells Jen, like, look, I saw Khalil, he's walking. Jen hasn't heard anything about Khalil being back and walking.
No.
So this is when he tells her this, and he mentions, like, look,
you need to stay away from him.
Exactly. And she says, she mentions that Lynn is looking to take out her metahuman gene, and that does not sit right with Black Lightning. He is upset
because she said it in a way to make it. She knew that would hurt him. The way she said it, like, "Oh, I can't wait till Mom make me normal" or something like that, and that obviously causes a fiction, not even just between him and his daughter, but between him and Lynn.
I mean, she didn't say anything to him.
But it's classifying him as other. Like, okay, he's other, and if you think I'm other, why is it that you love me? If you're trying to get rid of this piece of me, you got to pretty much take all of me. And she's trying to remove that from her daughters. It's almost like removing his contribution to his children from them. And I can kind of see how that makes him upset.
Of course.
Especially since she want to be all hypocritical. She likes the tingle of his lightning fingers on her body.
Lightning sex. See, look. Oh,
that's right. No, that's right. She's right.
No, what about lightning sex?
No. The whole thing about her being hypocritical about how she wants to, like, look, she from the beginning, she didn't accept. I mean, she's just scared of the situation, and now that she finds out that her kids have it, now she's all, I can't live without you, Jefferson, blah blah blah, this and that, Jefferson.
But and I know we've talked about it. We dissect their relationship, Lynn and Jefferson's relationship. The thing is, I think because she even says in the beginning, I just want to shoot all the way back in the beginning. She says, "I've always loved you. It's just I try to hide it and stuff." But the thing was. I'm sorry. Am I boring you, Mr. Freeman?
No. Yeah. Well,
I'm so messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
You're very, very boring. Like I
know. I know these things. I know. Like that's why. Like I don't know. I have nothing corny on top of my head. I'm sorry. But to go back all the way back in the beginning, she made it clear that she always loved him. But I think that, and we've all had this conversation, that she just didn't want to deal with that. And obviously with children, it makes it totally different.
What?
She's Chung Lee.
What are we talking about here in the comments?
Oh, no.
I think there's a movie, because I see Legend of Chung Lee. That's a good movie. I don't know. I think live action Street Fighter movies have failed. Yeah. I don't think so. But
listen, you want to get 4 thumbs down. Let's do Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guy.
Oh, God.
Listen, if y'all doing Street Fighter, if y'all can somehow shoot me a link, I will watch it and try to be a part of it. I can't promise.
I want to save you. I want to save you the trouble, bro. Don't watch that movie.
Oh no, thank you. See, this is my guy and
listen, the animated Street Fighter movies are 5,000 times.
Oh yeah, no, I agree totally. I know what you're talking about. But
Right.
I wanted to just say, like, she's always loved him, but she just didn't want to go through that. And obviously, with children, your love changes obviously because they're children. So she just wanted to protect her children the best way, and obviously, it might have not been the way. And I don't think it was the best way. Meaning, like how Chrissy said, isolate. And I think that's what she wanted to do: isolate it, try to understand it, not realizing that would still cause a friction between her and Jefferson. But I want you to carry on because you were doing a great thing. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in.
Well, pretty much that's what happens in the next scene. Jefferson confronts Lynn about that whole thing that she's doing with Lynn, and I'm sorry, with Jen. And also, this is when we get the little rooftop star-crossed lover scene with Khalil and Jen, because she gets a text from Khalil and she pretty much comes running because, as you all know, she was in the hideout house.
I was gonna say she was with Lynch, because as I watched this episode, I didn't realize it the first time I watched it, but the second time watching, oh, hello
there.
That was definitely an accident. I didn't mean to come in there, but since I am in here, that's the mobile version. I hate the mobile version. Since I am here, let me tell you, that Street Fighter thing, spoiler alert, that's coming. We are definitely reviewing Street Fighter.
Oh God!
What?
Who signed off on this? We did.
Why? You know what? We're watching Christmas movies. I think we can watch Street Fighter movie. And
you know what?
Yo, bro, I want to get back at you guys
because we're watching Christmas movies in the Christmas season. Okay.
All right, no. All right, so if we're gonna watch corny fighting movies, we gotta watch Mortal Kombat 2. Not Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 2 was great.
Mortal Kombat 2 was terrible. Watching the High School Musical.
The Mortal Kombat movies were way better than Street Fighter.
Oh my God. No, I spent my entire adult life avoiding that. Please.
And we will be watching after on Netflix, because if y'all doing all these BS movies, I'm about to torture you.
Hold on, wait,
guys.
time out. Hold on. Can I time out? I don't know what Christmas movies y'all doing. Are y'all doing Elf?
We are not. They didn't pick any good Christmas movies. They didn't. I only had one.
What do you got?
I picked.
First of all, Die Hard. Die Hard is the best movie.
Christmas.
Die Hard is the best movie that we're gonna see.
I just threw up.
And
Die Hard is the best movie out of the next premium. Die Hard. Listen,
movies?
You're gonna tell me that that Jingle All the Way is better than Die Hard?
Jingle All the Way is a more Christmas appropriate movie.
It is, and I'm not gonna lie. I've never saw anything with Die Hard because I don't understand why am I dying hard. I don't understand
this was my first time. They made me watch it.
Sorry, I'm gonna let y'all get back to Black
come
Lightning.
on the show.
I just want to let y'all know that Street Fighter is definitely coming, because I actually like Street Fighter. I thought it was a good movie. So
tell you what, bro, if you can send me a link,
you talking about the animated version, right?
No, I'm talking about with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia. That was a great movie. I love that movie. I still watch it.
You know what though? I'll give you this. That was one of Raul Julia's best.
I need some backup. I need
backup. That was one of Raul Julia's best performances. But you know what though? Speaking of Raul Julia, if we're gonna,
I really don't know who this guy is.
We should watch The Addams Family.
I knew that was coming. Look, I'm gonna let y'all do Black Lightning. I'm out of here.
Please, let's do Black Lightning. Back to Black Lightning and all these
almost ended the broadcast. I almost ended the broadcast. Wrong button.
Oh my God!
Wow,
Kristen, you're doing a great job. Keep doing that.
All right, so
Teddy did that to us.
That's when, again, one of my favorite scenes, because we get the star-crossed lover, and I'm all here for the romance. I love the romance, and that's when you get the star-crossed lover scene. You got Khalil coming with the bad boy dreads. And he's telling her all
from
the
8
things
Miles,
she wants
right?
to hear.
No, I'm saying the dreads from 8 Miles, right?
No, not the dreads from 8 Miles. We got the dreads. These joints looking like they grown from his head. They was installed correctly. I'm here for it. So
he went to go see Jen to let her know how he's gonna be doing all the rap battles.
No.
So he had to let her know how Tobias had,
pretty much she asked him who did his surgery, and that's when he was like, oh, you on here on behalf of your father, huh? It was your dad sent you. That's what it was, and it ended badly. But it's still a cute, I still love them together, and it hurts my heart what happens to them later. But anyway, that's also when...
you know what? I do want to dissect a little bit into this segment, because I thought it was actually an important scene. because I think the thing is with Jen's character, right? She's the youngest, she's the baby. She's I don't know where she is in high school, but she's young and she's obviously
Sophomore.
rebellious. Huh?
Sophomore in high school.
Oh, good job. Thank you. But she's rebellious, and obviously anything her father. Not to say she's always against her father, but obviously she's like, I'm young, you don't know anything, you're old, and
She's
that
a
kind of
teenager.
mentality. Yes, she's a teenager. We were all teenagers. I don't think we were bad, but we were all teenagers.
Mhm.
And
No, but
But
I
the-
think that's a coming of age thing. Just about
Mhm.
everybody that I know that has, whenever they were 18,
Mhm.
they kind of have that feeling like they didn't need their parents anymore, like do whatever that.
and you say 18, and she was much
Yeah.
younger than 18. So
Yeah,
her
she
character's
was
supposed to
like
be
16.
15, yeah, 16, 15. Yeah, let's say that
Mhm.
16. But she's much younger, and she's
Yeah.
obviously always butting heads with her father, because even her father said you need to stay away from him. But just to show that actually trickled in her head, she was sitting there saying, I don't think this is good for us, and she was even asking questions like, where did you're able to walk, okay, cool, where did you get this from? She was asking questions because she was concerned, just to show that her father did trickle to her.
No, but I think she would have done it anyway. I think that she actually cares about the guy and just really wants to figure out
Mhm.
what happened to him. How is it that he was able to suddenly get healed and get all of this stuff? And
That's
he didn't.
because of her parents. Her parents instilled
I
that
do-
in her.
I
Had
do-
she
No,
been
but
raised differently,
not-
she probably would have been like, I don't care. You're here, you're back here with me now. Who cares?
I do
how it
I
happened?
do I do agree.
No,
I
because,
think
and the reason I say that is because, like, later on, when she meets other people that are in a similar situation, she's not as inquisitive. You know what I mean? I feel like with this guy, I mean, yeah, she's listening to her father in a certain sense, but I feel like
Right.
he actually cares about Khalil a lot more than anybody else, truthfully. I mean, if you, especially when you look later on, when they, you know what I mean?
right.
Could tell that she really, like, and mind
Oh,
you,
that's her first love.
he even says, like, even at that spot where she's about to reveal her powers to him and all of that, and she gets all orange-eyed, and she kicks him out, and he's all like, tell me you don't love me, tell me you don't got feelings for me, blah 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 blah. No feelings for me. You got feelings for me, girl.
Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Tyler Perry? Like,
Someone, Vic wrote this is his Black Lightning fanfic that he's been working on behind the scenes.
I'm not gonna lie. Everything Mr. Freelance said, though, I felt it because I was like, "Tell me you don't love me." I was in this like, "Wait, where are we?"
Right, read it through. What happened?
No, because he was all mad. Like, he was all mad and he had his dreads shaking and everything. And he's like, come on. Tell me you don't
They
got
have a
feelings for
cute
me.
little
Tell
romance.
me
Like, I am
my-
here for the romance.
I
love
mean,
it.
look.
So
Don't get me wrong. It's
Mhm.
nice. It's nice.
It's young love. It's young love.
It's love. Yeah, it's good.
So again, pretty much after that scene, we get that Tobias tells Khalil that he has to return to Garfield to cause a mess. He's causing a ruckus.
Man, that upsets him too.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Then we get the scene where Lala gets the call from Tobias or someone. We're not sure who it is at this time, and he tells him the code over the phone. The devil deals the cards, and that's pretty much Tobias' trigger, similar to like the Winter Soldier in Marvel, where he hears this. He needs
Mhm.
complete mind control. He's no longer in control of his body. So he was sent to kill.
I'm so glad you mentioned that and I'm glad you even mentioned that comparison because I didn't acknowledge, because I saw him always going but that was him
'cause
trying
he
to
has
fight it. Yeah, he was trying
he
to
has him in
fight
his
it.
spell.
Mhm.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
glad
But
you
he
mentioned
is
that.
no longer in control. Once they use those code words,
Yeah,
it's
that's it.
done.
And they put a sex mask over him.
What show was you watching?
They
There was a
did.
mask.
You didn't see that? He had the white girl.
They put a white
white girl that's
mask.
they put a dog when they like it looks like they drug him there and then they
Did you
sat him
guys say
down
they
and
put a sex mask over
But
his
look, they put
Yeah.
a sex mask over him over his tracksuits.
it's one of those BDSM
I don't remember that. Maybe I was taking notes because I was taking a lot of notes. So I don't remember no
I mean,
segments.
it was brief.
Yo, see, but let me tell you, see, no, because like throughout the whole show, I don't know if it was just this episode. I'm sorry, I'm pointing at the TV like you guys say, but I don't know if it was just this episode or even the next episode. They always had a mask over him. I said, what is going on? And I know what the mask was for. It was so he don't know how to get there and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's what the mask was for. But he was still, I was sitting there saying, this is a set. I mean,
This is
I
not ringing a bell at all.
well, look, see, you need to watch that.
This is right before he went to go see Tobias, and then
You see all my notes?
Tobias.
I've been writing like a. Okay.
See, that's
So-
great. See, but carry on.
you guys are really good about writing notes. Like I don't know.
I gotta know what to talk about. Like I'm trying to get it. But
Try and get through it. I know.
right. So pretty much he kills off Tommy, which is the guy that we saw earlier with Gambi.
Yes.
We have the Lynn and Jen scene where Lynn pretty much asked her, did she tell her father? They have that whole, heart to heart together. And Anissa, Black Lightning, and Gambi try to devise a plan on how to see what's going on with Proctor. And at that time, that's when they get the call saying that there's an attack on Garfield. And they rush there. And of course, it's Khalil and his dreads causing a ruckus.
From 9 Miles.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's 9 Mile dreads. You're not gonna call it 9. They were not that bad. I am defending Khalil. So pretty
You
much.
have abs. I would defend him too.
Oh yeah, the abs. He has the abs that Tobias wishes he had in the opening scene.
Hey, listen, he was speaking for the everyday man. Give him some baby oil.
Yes, the baby oil would have made all the difference. But lo and behold, we are back in Garfield, and Tobias and Khalil have this fight. They have this standoff with Black Lightning, and pretty much Black Lightning says, "Look, I'm about to fight you here." Tobias says, "Look, you got to fight me hand-to-hand combat."
Hand to hand.
Told. Yes.
Yeah.
He has like the power of like 12 men at this point. He's been, juicing up with his Black Lightning serum or the green light. So Black Lightning decided to take his ass kicking. It was a very noble.
Go ahead.
No, but wait a minute. Prior to that, Khalil hit him with something in the neck that took his power.
Yeah, he has he shoots these venom things out of his hand or whatever item that he has, and when you shoot, it's like a poison.
Hence his name,
That's why
Painkiller.
it's Painkiller. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm trying to figure out specifically what that was that took the powers away. And
I think it subdued his powers because obviously he got his powers back later. Spoiler.
No, but Jen had to give him his powers.
Well,
Right,
had he been human, it would have killed him. Like it kills everyday regular people.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, she
she
burned the shit out of Jen. I mean, out of Lynn. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jen, I can't wait till we talk to the next episode because she was kind of a badass in the next episode. But
yes.
carry on as we talk about this fight and at high school. Can you imagine that though? You're in school and then someone comes in, he starts shooting poison, and even then, I do want to dissect a little bit on the scene because it showed that Khalil, I'm sorry, I pronounced the name all wrong. Khalil, when he's doing everything, obviously he don't want to do this, but he's doing it because obviously he's made a deal with the devil. He has to do this because then his spine is ripped out. I mean, and no one wants to hear that. I mean, I've played enough Mortal Kombat to know that shit looked bad. So he probably sat here and said, "Nah, I can't be doing that." So he has to do what he has to do. When he sees Jen, and Jen says, "This is not you. Don't do this. No, we can go to the Tyler Perry show." I'm sorry, I had to throw that connection in. But he's like, "No, just take your friend, get out of here." It shows that he didn't want to do this, but he had to. He really had to. And that like you said, but it had to go to combat between Black Lightning and Tobias. Because in the prior episode, he electrocuted him. He could have killed him, but obviously he was able to escape. And he's such a great villain, you don't kill him right away. But this episode, he was prepared. He said, "Look, man, I have my track fit suit, and you're not going to kill me. You're going to have to fight me hand to hand." And he still lost. I had to say that because
Black Titan is always losing. I told you, he's always losing the fight.
No. He was beating the shit out of Tobias, though. You don't think that? He was really beating Tobias until Painkiller came in with his 10 miles dreadlocks, and then he came in, he hit him with a Superman punch to the heart, and then he stopped him for a bit.
He let Khalil, who just learned how to rewalk yesterday, whoop his ass. And it's like, come on now, Black Lightning. You've been doing this for how many years?
Well, no. Let's be fair though. He did take.
He was a principal for a long time.
He was a principal, but golly, like, don't be out here trying to do everything yourself. Well, you know you ain't got it like that. You about to let the henchman beat your ass in the last episode we reviewed, and then you about to let Khalil.
See, no. See, no.
Y'all not gonna lie, like Black Lightning don't be getting his ass kicked on the regular on this show.
What we need here on this thing right now, because we're doing this Black Lightning, we're reviewing. That many times have you said? How many times has Black Lightning gotten his ass kicked? You make him sound like a putty. Like
he always
this guy
losing.
is not a putty.
I don't know if you guys are watching the same show I'm watching. This guy is always losing. Hi.
Hey, no, but he really did beat. He really did beat Tobias.
I mean, Tobias needs strong booking. Like he needs to look. He needs to look strong in the first fight. It's the first fight,
but he did lose.
He needs to have a strong fight, and he lost the match.
This is the guy who killed his daddy. This is the man who killed his daddy. He's supposed to come at him with a vengeance. Here's the thing. No, but who came and saved him? Kicked in the old school that he working. He working in school.
All right, but here's the thing. You're talking about a guy. That has the fountain of youth, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. 3 times as strong as any man, and
absolutely,
and has so much knowledge that he can beat anybody. Like the guy is just,
because
you know how many black belts Tobias has.
I don't know. Not enough to get rid of the man boobs, so he's obviously out of shape.
Well, clearly not enough. I mean, like, wait, you don't gotta be in shape.
Hey man, don't do that. See.
You don't got to be in shape to kick ass. You really don't.
No, that's true.
Apparently not, because again, like I said, Black Lightning got his ass handed to him by Tobias and this little teenage boy and died. He died in this.
Well, to be fair, this teenage boy is a track star and he has nothing but 6-packs and baby oils for days.
Yeah. And he's full of green light. He's full of green light.
I don't know.
He's only walking because of a.
Yeah, I don't think he has green light. He has that metal spine.
And a metal spine. Like, come on now.
Black Lightning. I reiterate, Black
Lightning.
What about all that green Black Lightning? But let me digress.
That was coming out of his hands and all of that.
But carry on, see.
So pretty much, Black Lightning dies. Got his ass handed to him and dies.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. Can I interject here? I can't help but laugh because, like you said, he got his ass handed to him and he died, and then you're laughing. I said, I want to know, like, what was it when you was watching this scene? You probably sat here and laughed and said, I can't wait to point out.
I've made it no secret that I am Team Khalil. Whatever Khalil doing, I am here for. You go, boy. You do it. You kill that Black.
Remember when we had like a chat and we talked about, I said, he having a spin-off. You said, what, for real?
Yes, yeah. I will be watching. We will be reviewing. So
yeah, but he's actually, I just want to say this about the actor who plays Painkiller Khalil. He does an actually really good job bringing him to life. I do want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just want to say this. I know you're not watching this, but the rest of us don't have 6-packs and washboard abs. So for the rest of us, can you keep a shirt on, please?
No. Take it off, Khalil. Whatever
that's all it is.
You do.
You know what? Now I understand. Right now, Chrissy is easily entertained as long as there's 6-packs and abs. Like that's
baby oil.
The worst. The acting could be terrible.
That's not true.
Terrible.
That's not true.
Everything could be horrible. But if there's 6-packs and
I do not entertain bad acting.
And like dookie thick type of dreads, that kind of stuff comes. Chrissy's all about it. All right.
Anyway,
carry on. Because we're almost done with this episode.
You know what? We're gonna watch a Bob Marley.
The only thing that stops Tobias from finding out who Black Lightning is because Anissa had to come save the day with her thunderclap.
I just want to throw this out here real quick, if I can get 2 minutes. She was fighting with his assistant, Thunder. She was fighting with his I forget her name, but
Cyanide.
Yes, and I just thought that was actually an intriguing fight. Matter of fact, just to show how smart she is, because I think it's different when you watched an episode maybe 2-3 times. But in this one, when she go and whatever, she's very overpowered. But when she takes a breath again, that's when she's vulnerable. So like when she did a breath, and it was actually interesting watching it again. So when she took a breath, that's when she noticed like, oh, I can hit her, and she can actually do damage. I thought that was actually an interesting fight, and I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
But you know that apparently they powered her down for this show. I was reading some comments about Anissa in Thunder. Thunder never had that whole where she has to hold her breath to get to her powers to work. She went up against Supergirl a couple times and was like going head to head. So they added that to kind of give her so she won't be like OP and like
OP, yeah.
So I think that was an interesting ad. Like even though
that's interesting. Did you see that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you saw that on like YouTube, you saw those comments on YouTube.
I think I saw the comments going through the Black Lightning Instagram account. And I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. So I looked it up and it's like, it's a thing.
That's so interesting. That's cool. Carry on.
But yeah, pretty much she stops Tobias from revealing his identity. They kind of make their way out of the school. They escape. And Jen, having seen her father on the ground, comes and this is when her powers come into play. She kind of brings him back to life with her powers. Yeah. And that was pretty much the end of that episode. So let's go straight into the next episode. What you said?
Oh man, no. I was just gonna say, but I just wanted to just to sum it all up. I thought that was a really good episode. I mean,
it's one of my favorites from season.
Yeah, it was really cool because even that high school fight was really, really cool. It gave him enough time, which was cool because they gave him enough time. There was a lot of stuff going into there because even with Jen. Just to point out with Jen, I don't want to say she was the main focus, but there was so many different arcs, that's how to say arcs and all these things going on. But with her, she was trying to figure out, do I want my powers or do I not want my powers? Because she didn't want to be a superhero. She just wanted to be a teen.
She wanted her regular life. But
yeah, because even in one of the episodes, I remember she was literally in one of the bathrooms smoking weed. I said, yo, what? Like, you had to go outside for that. But she was I'm sorry, I just wanted to point that out.
Gal.
Yeah, she was a bad gal. Yes.
Bad gal.
So, but just to see her, even like she revived her father, Jennifer Bratt. She was what they call her, the Princess of Garfield. And I would hate to be in Garfield High School because I'm named after a fucking cat. I'm sorry, that would bug my mind. I'm like,
what is their logo? Like, what's their animal? Is it a cat?
It's probably lasagna. But I thought it was a really cool episode, and they gave a lot of people a lot of time, like Tobias.
Now, wait. Garfield is just the name of the school, or also the community?
Garfield's the name of the school. Freeland's the name of the community.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Because I was wondering, like, what is what? All right, cool.
Yeah, Freeland's the city or the town, and Garfield is the school. But that was the end of episode 12. That leads us to episode 13, which is the season finale. And we open up with a flashback, a really good flashback, by the way, of Black Lightning with his dad. And his dad and Gambi kind of have this confrontation where Gambi says, look, you weren't supposed to do what you did. Pretty much Black Lightning's dad pointed fingers and was pretty much putting whistleblowing on what was going on in Freeland. And one of the names he named was Tobias, who was a politician at the time. And Gambi tells him, like, look, you weren't supposed to name names. You were just supposed to, let the media know what's going on, like they're doing something, but don't say who. And Black Lightning's father pretty much said, look, I gave my son this injection or whatever it was. He allowed his son, Jefferson, to take these shots from the government thinking that it was going to help him. And it ended up, being that experiment, like the Tuskegee experiment done in Freeland, pretty much. And that's his whole reasoning behind it. And during that flashback, we get to see that Black Lightning first starts getting his powers because you see him running from the police, and he gets that's when you first see him use his powers. His eyes light up. He shocks the policeman of that time, and we all know it's a flashback because it's a young Jefferson Pierce, and they have it in black and white. And then Gambi pretty much rescues him from himself at that point. So that kind of gives us a little background on Gambi and Jefferson more than what we were given in previous episodes. Then we get then we're flashback to today that Black Lightning, even though Jen brought him back to life, he's still in bad shape. Like he's still like,
he's still like in a coma.
Yeah, he's not in the clear just yet.
Right.
Gambi and Jin have this whole discussion about metahumans, and Khalil, when they're at their secret location there, the undisclosed location in the woods that's like super protected from everything. They take Jefferson there, and that's when he tells us, the viewer, through Jen, the difference between metahumans and what Tobias is, because Tobias is taking like something synthetic
Yeah,
to
no,
give some
because
powers.
what she was trying to explain, or they were trying to explain, was that like Black Lightning, that was actually
Oh, you're frozen.
Yeah, that happens all the time to Jack.
Yeah, hold on, you're frozen. Let me just go ahead and but yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to say, but I think he was mentioning that pretty much metahumans are different from what Tobias is. Tobias and Cyanide have made themselves that way synthetically, as opposed to Black Lightning, who has this ability in his DNA that was just unleashed through the injections. So there we are.
folks. Sorry about that, folks.
What were we saying?
No, I was saying because she was just pointing out how like Black Lightning and a bunch of other people who they're pretty much natural. He was like an enhance. His wasn't. I don't want to say Black Lightning was by birth from one another, but his was more like he.
It's an organic.
It wasn't organic. Yes, that's actually the best way of putting it. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at Malik. Well, you don't have to call us out like that. You know what's it happens. So yeah, after that scene, we get the Proctor says, the Proctor finds out that Lala was behind Tommy's death, because again, from the last episode, we saw that he killed Tommy not of his own will, but because he was kind of activated to do so. Then we get the cute little sweet scene between Lynn and an unconscious Black Lightning, where she's pleading for him to come back to life. You know, they're so in love, beautiful romance. Lala gets the interrogation where he explodes, and we're like, okay, is Lala dead? What's going on?
Oh man,
we wasted another villain here.
So like, and I know we talked about this a while ago, right? So like, Lala was the kind of guy you thought he would kind of at least make it to the season finale, right? And when he started talking, because I get it, Tobias is the main villain, I got it, but the way Lala was built up, it seemed like, all right, cool, he's like the second or third man, because then there was Lady Eve, right? But the way that happened, I don't know why, because like certain things I forgot. I remember watching this when it happened, and I didn't think nothing about it, but watching it now and trying to dissect every little scene, and he's starting to, and then there's like, oh, look at that, and then everyone runs out, and this guy blows up. I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious, because he reminds me of Wile E. Coyote. He's like, he just doesn't go away. But carry on.
Yeah, we find that out later. When they killed him off, I said they did not kill this man off that soon. He's too intriguing of a villain. He has to come back.
Yeah, I agree. I totally, utterly agree.
So it was after that. Then we get the another flashback, but it's almost not necessarily a flashback. It was a hallucination. So it's pretty much Black Lightning that's near death, and he has this in his mind. He sees his father, and they have this discussion. In this alternate, I guess, limbo of reality. And his father tells him that, look, you aren't finished yet. You have to go back. You have to live.
This scene actually really hit me hard, because I actually lost my father like 2 years ago, or a year ago, whatever. And as I'm watching this episode, it's hard because I'm watching this, and when I see scenes where a father and son, because anything when you're a son, and when you hear your father say, "I'm proud of you," it's one of the best feelings in the world. So as I'm watching this episode, as I'm watching this actual scene, I feel a wet substance coming out my eye and said, no, you grew up in the 90s where Tupac and Biggie was going on. Don't do that. But as I'm watching this, I really like this scene, because and one of the cool things about yes, it's touching. And I think the cool thing about Black Lightning, this show, is it's not just about a superhero, it's about family. And there's a lot of elements in this show that I really grasped to. So as I saw this, because even when he sits here and says like, I'm proud of you, son, and I love you, son, You can't stay here. Because
Mhm.
he pretty much wanted to let his son know, like, you're not done, but I'm proud of you, and you need to go out there and kick some serious butt.
That's right.
And it had to be his dad. It had to be his dad because his dad is the whole reason he's going against Tobias. Like that was his main reason. You know, yes, of course, Freeland, but Tobias, because he killed his father. So it had to have been his father who's the one who convinced him, like, look, you have to go back. You don't belong here with me just yet. Go back to your family. And that's exactly what happens. He comes back to life. And
I mean, but you know what though? I think you're missing one good point, because in this whole thing, like, he finally gets to talk to his dad and tell his dad, like, listen, man, I wish I should have helped you.
Right.
And then he was just like, nah, what are you talking about? You did help me by doing what I asked you to do. I mean, and he's right, because, you know, Jefferson probably would have died that night.
Yeah.
Had tried to, you know, do something. You know what I mean? So, like, or Tobias would have just tried to come back and kill him another way. Because
he definitely would have died, because it was just this one little boy against all, you know, those.
Right.
I mean, no, because like, look, Tobias.
Either.
I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Tobias doesn't like any loose ends.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean? He doesn't like any loose ends. So, like, he definitely would have gotten it. But I think that this situation was very therapeutic for Jefferson, because it might have just helped him to focus more on his current family instead of his previous family, if that makes sense.
Yes, which is, again, all Lynn was trying to get him to do from a minute ago, and y'all was hating on her for it. She was like, look, your father, unfortunately, he's gone. You have to live for your family. And it took this for Jefferson to realize,
but you know what? I understand that, but you know what's hypocritical about her is just that now, because she's sitting there talking about how she can't watch him do this, she can't watch him do that, she can't watch this and that. Now that the girls are involved, now, oh, I need you. You know what I mean? Oh, I need you. Oh, I need Black Lightning back. Oh, we gotta do this for our girls. You know what I mean? She ain't walking away from the girls. You know what I'm saying? But she's ready to walk away from Jefferson. But he wants to light it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Lightning sex really changed her mind.
You lucky Jefferson ain't got Jen's powers. Look what happened to you. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's what I'm saying. How's that burn mark in your arm?
Oh, Mr. Freeland, you just nasty.
So
I'm a nasty mother. You know what? Shout out to that movie Life. Shout out to that movie Life. You gotta watch Life.
That's a movie.
Martin Lawrence.
That was a good movie. That was actually fun. That was a fun movie.
All right, well, stay tuned. We might be doing that on
I would do fun movies like that. I would do fun movies like that. If you're doing Street Fighter, then I'm just gonna have to drink or something like that and just sit here and laugh throughout the whole movie. But Kevin O.C., you're doing a great job. Go ahead, girl.
So pretty much when he comes back, sense powers. He can't zap nothing.
He doesn't have his powers, and that was so strange. That was actually really strange.
He doesn't. No, and that's the thing that I was alluding to earlier. Because here's the thing: ever since that fight that he had with Tobias, you saw no powers from Black Lightning, right? So whatever it is that they hit him with,
I agree, Chris.
They took the powers away from Black Lightning, and then it took Jen to come and be all emotional and give him the orange hug.
Yes, because that's when he decided he was going to go out and fight, even though he didn't have any powers.
He didn't have any powers, but he was going to use the bulletproof vest, you know. And then Jen is like, but what about your head? Your head ain't bulletproof. And she's right.
She's right, and it distressed her so much to the point that she had this power surge, which ended up powering him back.
I do want to point this out. I do want to point this out because, like, there's a lot of things I forgot. So, as I was rewatching this episode, because I remember in season 3, and I don't mean to just jump the gun here, but I remember there was an episode in season 3 where he was like pretty much gathering the troops and said, we have to do this, blah, 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 blah. So I love that there was this episode that actually was one of the first episodes to showcase that he can be a leader. Because even though he said, look, Gambi, take my family, make sure they're good. He had no powers, but he was prepared to go like, look, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. But make sure my wife, my kids, and you're safe. I think they were still on the outs, him and Gambi. I'm not too sure. But make sure, like, look, you guys are safe. I'll be okay. And that obviously sparked something out of Jennifer to, and 'cause she don't have no controls of her power. She's, like you said, like sophomore, 15, 16 years old, right? She have no control of her powers, but she's hugging her father because she's like, that's the best thing in her life. That's the best thing in her life. She don't want nothing to happen to her father. She don't. Yeah, sure, she gets mad. Yeah, she gets mad, but she's a teen. But she don't want nothing to happen to her father, and she gives him the power that he needs to get through this. And him and Thunder, oh my God, I'm sorry, because there was a actual song, and I do want to throw this out here too. Black Lightning has a really interesting soundtrack. Because I know this was Stevie Wonder, I just don't remember the actual song, the name of the
no,
song.
you know what though? But there were songs all over the place.
Absolutely.
It was like all of a sudden you hear Designer, you hear Timmy Turner.
I want to talk about that.
I was like, what?
I so want to talk about that because some Timmy Turner. I said,
no, it's crazy because
not very our parents.
No,
like you know nothing about them. I'm sorry, I wanted to throw it
for real. Like, because like if 1 minute it's like,
I'm sorry, I'm a nerd.
I let go.
Yeah, they have a great mix. It's very it's
they do.
And then all of a sudden Lynn gets a gun in her hand and it's like Timmy Turner. Bird. I was like, what?
So you're legitimately not lying because I didn't remember it was that actual spot, but I remember it some Timmy Turner, and I know Timmy Turner because his very odd parents. Yes, and I just want to throw this out here. The show got bad when they had that what was it, Poof,
the kid,
or whatever that baby.
Yeah, no, it was the purple baby. I didn't watch. I stopped watching at that point.
Yeah, at that point I stopped watching. It got stupid. It got dumb. But yeah, when I heard that, I was like, no, you don't know about Tinny Turner. I'm sorry, I pronounced that all wrong. And
Timmy Turner.
I'm sorry. I've been drinking and I'm having a good time talking with you guys about Black Lightning. So yes, there's a whole soundtrack that's really good. Look at Black Lightning, it's really good. So and like you said, Lynn has a gun and she even mentions like, oh, I've been hunting with my father. I'm like, oh, yes.
Lynn
so
is
I really
with the sheets in this episode.
No, she really is because she made it clear like, I have no superpowers, but I'm here to protect my family. And that's something I really liked about this show. That's something I really loved about this show because I know we're at the season finale, and also too, this is a spot we forgot because I'm sorry. Oh God. The main villain. I'm sorry. I am
Tobias.
So blanking. Tobias. Yes. I'm sorry because if you had your name as Tobias, it would have been easier. But Tobias, him and Khalil, they're talking. He says, "Don't ever apologize about anything." He made it clear, like we're gonna have to kill Proctor. We are gonna have to kill him or wipe him out, get rid of him. They have a segment. They have some because they have a little something going on too. Where
Tobias
I don't
and
think.
Khalil?
Yeah,
I told you my theory on Tobias. Tobias is DL. He's bisexual, and he has a little bit of pent up sexual aggression towards Khalil. Yes, watch, please. You can see it clearly in several of these scenes together. More so in the second season. Wait till we get to the second season. Wait till we get to the second season is all I'm going to say. Because there's definitely some pent-up sexual aggression.
Man, I can't wait till we talk about what this season. But carry on. You
so pretty much that was the episode. They fight off Proctor's people. They make it to the getaway car. And immediately after the getaway car scene, they confront Proctor. At which point it's revealed that Proctor is not working on behalf of the U.S. government. He's kind of segued off and made this his own personal mission.
It's a rogue mission. He wants to locate, have
these powered individuals. So Gambi is actually the one who gives him the killing shot and ends Proctor. And that's pretty much where we see that they've released the children, or at least made it known to the media that these children were abducted by the U.S. government. And that's when we get the interviews at the end of the episode where people are finding out, saying, hey, this is what's going on, X, Y, and Z. And that's pretty much the end of season 1, the end of the episode. So
yeah, because I actually wanted to throw this out here because there was this little.
Wait, you forgot the running scene.
Oh yeah, and they end up running.
That was actually really cool. There's 2 scenes I want to mention. I do want to mention that last scene, but I'm gonna say that for last. But there was a scene where I never know what I think his name is Officer Commissioner Henderson, or I
Yeah.
call him Commissioner Hairline. He makes it clear like no, he has the worst, huh?
Disrespectful, but carry on.
But he has the worst hairline in the world. Like you see my man Vic. Look at that Chris hairline. That is a Chris
Okay.
hairline. So
Not
I'm sorry,
really. I gotta go
No,
back this side.
bro. I've seen you in person. You have a good hairline. Trust me. I have a big forehead.
That was when I just got the haircut though. So I
No, listen. You have a Chris hairline. Look, just work with me, please.
Let me have this.
just work with me because I can't work with you if you're working against me. But Officer Hairline, he makes it clear like he like, look, yeah, Black Lightning did it, but he made it clear like he was against it. But that running scene, I do want to acknowledge that because I really thought that was a dope ass scene because that was one of the first scenes in I think episode 1, and obviously that's a play on episode 1. But the difference is it's not just Jefferson and his daughters, it's Jefferson and his family. And I thought that was really cool because I really love that. I think that's stuff we need a lot more of. And I don't want to say just in the black community. I just feel like there's something we need more of. I love that happy ending. I thought that was great. Honestly, I thought that was really, really great. And I love that. Full circle. Yes. So I thought that was great.
So yeah, that was it. That was the season 1. One of my I'll leave my favorite season for later days. I'll disclose my favorite season, but I did enjoy season 1.
I can't wait.
It definitely laid the groundwork. So yeah, really enjoyable season for me.
And I know we didn't dissect every episode of season 1, but I really want to just say this. I thought season 1 was really, really great. I thought that was a great season to make you involved. Get you involved and made you go like get you involved with a lot of these characters because just not even just with Black Lightning.
You know what? One thing that I really liked was a lot of the Malcolm X quotes.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Malcolm X. They had a whole bunch of different.
They had a bunch of quotes, and even then, because if you look
a lot of it was Malcolm X based, with the whole thing by any means necessary. The quotes that his father had were really good. The future is given to those who prepare for it today, something like that. But that one was really good, and I was like,
see, there you go. And I think those quotes were great because it also helps a lot of people who, like the younger people who sit here and might not know these quotes. And I know for a fact I didn't know all these quotes either. I'm not trying to act like I did. But it just helps you and it makes you. And in like in this episode, I thought it was really cool because what makes cool is like see when you was talking about and you was talking about the beginning of this episode, it showed where Jefferson got a lot of the stuff from. Like from his father, from the quotes, because there was even a quote he said his father, and you see a young Jefferson says, "Oh yeah, Malcolm X." So see, I just really thought this was a really cool episode. I thought season 1 was great. I know like I said, we didn't dissect every episode, but it was really cool. I love the family aspect of this episode, and I can't wait to talk about season 2.
All right. So with that, we're just going to go ahead and in the episode, guys, we will be talking about season 2 coming up. We'll let you know when that will be. Most likely next Saturday. Is that right? Are we sticking with Saturdays?
I already saw the episode, so I'm ready.
All right. Well, possibly next Saturday. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
when the 2 girls fight, it's awesome because 2 girls start fighting and then it gets great. But I'm not gonna.
And apparently, lightning sex matters.